You know, I'm glad I decided to go through all my ideas one by one to work on them. It's making me revisit stories I've had rotting away for more than a decade. Hi, I'm Yuji. I have a goal of working on all my story ideas and getting at least the character designs done before the end of this year, because as of right now, I have counted 64 projects that I have not really touched. This is not counting fanfictions and rewrites. This is just a list of original story ideas I have. So I'm going to be going through these one by one and making videos on them to hopefully get myself motivated enough to work on them and hopefully get people somewhat interested in my dumb little stories. Like this one. One of the oldest stories in my roster, Danger. The title of this story has been Danger since I created it in the early 2000s, when I hadn't even reached my teenage years. I don't remember my exact age, but I was somewhere between like 7 and 10, I think. I know I was in elementary school. Yes, I've had this story for that long, and I never forgot about it. I still have the old character designs to this day. I even remember the original plot of the story. The original character designs sure were something. There is only one character I don't have the original picture for, and that, to this day, makes me so sad, but there were 6 characters in total. Our 3 main characters and the 3 minor antagonists. Best part? 3 of the characters have small bios written in their pictures, and I needed everyone to experience these because every time I read them, I fucking die. It's so funny. Let's start off with the main character, and the only character from this group that I have ever redesigned. Jessie Nightwatcher. You will be seeing a pattern with these names. God, looking at this picture, the nostalgia is real. I actually remember when I drew this. When I drew all of these characters, it's crazy. It was during, I think it was before class started or a break in between classes. But we could go to do different activities. We could either go to the gym, the computer lab, play games in one of the upstairs classrooms, or go to the art room to draw. And you already know where I went. But I drew these during that period of time. I also remember some random brat trying to draw on my pictures. I don't remember who you were, but just know that I hate you. Anyways, nostalgia aside, let's go through the information that I wrote. Family, mom, dad, and sister. Love how I don't give them names, I just listed them as people who existed. Pets, dog, snake, and a rabbit. Again, no names, just what they are. Friends, Misty, Crystal Heart, and Crystal Daylight. Misty is the one I don't have the picture for. I still have crystals, but not Misty's. Also, love how I spelled crystal wrong. Might keep that for the laughs, it's kind of funny. Could make her parents like these weird hippie people who gave their kid a unique name. Definitely gonna mess around with that idea, because that sounds fun. Now most of this is cut off, but her enemies are Cory Dragonheart, Sally Goodday, and Mary Celloheart. Have you noticed the pattern with the names yet? I named them the way I did because this was back when I was super into Wizard 101, and if you know how the naming system in that game works, you see what I was doing. Honestly, I'm still super into Wizard 101, and once I have a really good computer and good Wi-Fi, I'm gonna fucking stream this game. It's stupid, but I love it. Now the last little bit is just a list of random information about Jessie, and this little list of random info is some of the funniest shit to me. Gothic, mean/nice. The most descriptive personality ever. Mean/nice. Hates pops. Likes non-pops. Which pops stands for popular kids, for those of you who don't know. I got it from a book I read. I don't remember a lot about the book other than the main character was female, her and her friends called the popular kids Pops, and there was a recipe for some baked good in the book. I think they were high schoolers, and the whole plot of the book was the main character was running for, like, school president or something, so one of the popular kids didn't become school president. It was a long time ago, I barely remember it, but if this rings a bell for anyone, let me know. I kind of want to read the book again. Anyways, wears the same clothes every day. That's pretty gross, Jessie. I'm pretty sure I wrote this because characters in cartoons don't often change outfits each episode unless it's a special episode. The only cartoon I recall the characters actively changing clothes in is Totally Spies, but that wasn't one I watched a lot or liked all that much. Does not wear makeup. Then what's that on your lips, Jessie? Loves mysteries. She's an artist. She's smart. And she's half vampire but can go in the sun. That's the part that always gets me in this fucking bio. That part right there. Everything else is whatever. It's mid. But that right there, comedy gold. I wish I had a photo of the back of this because I wrote like a paragraph of her story on the back of this piece of paper. But it's lost to time now. I don't even think I have the physical picture anymore, just this photo I took. But if I do find it, you can bet your buttons I'll make a YouTube short or a TikTok, if it hasn't been yeeted into the void, reading the back because that shit will be hilarious. There's only 2 other characters that have bios, Mary and Sally. I didn't write anything for Corey and Crystal. Let's go over Mary's next. There's not much, but honestly, it's just as funny to me. God, why is she so fucking ugly? The eyes are freaking me out. Why did I draw the eyes like that? What the fuck? All of these characters are staring into my soul. Corey is the worst offender of this. You'll see what I mean when I get to him. It's bad. Family, mom and dad. Again, no names, just mom and dad. Pets, rabbit and a chihuahua. Friends, Corey and Sally. Again, it's cut off, but as you could probably guess, her enemies are Jessie, Crystal, and Misty. Non-gothic. God, why was I... Oh my god! I was writing Ebony Darkness Dimension Ravenway shit before that fic even existed. Help! My main character was a fucking gothic half vampire and the antagonist is a preppy rich kid. Mean/nice. Not all of these characters can be mean/nice, 10-year-old UG. Hates non-pops, likes pops, wears makeup, not so smart. Of course I made the popular girl fucking stupid, why wouldn't I? This is following every high school movie trope it possibly can. Is rich and gets whatever she wants. Is leader of the pops. So Mary is the stereotypical popular rich girl who gets whatever she wants and is basically at the top of the high school food chain. Oh, I love reading through these. This is funny. Now on to Sally. Mary, I'm sorry I called you ugly. This bitch is ugly. Why the fuck did I write this bio in cursive? What the fuck, 10-year-old me? You fucked up the consistency. All the other bios were written in print, but you write this bitch's bio in cursive? Sin. Family. Mom, dad, brother 1 and brother 2. Pets. 3 cats and 2 hamsters. Also, please note that I wrote cats 3 and 2 hamsters. I wasn't very good at being consistent. Friends, Mary and Corey. Now there's not much for that little list of random traits off to the side, but it is interesting. You can barely read most of it because it's cut off and fading, but the last thing listed is likes non-pops. She's friends with the popular kids, but likes the non-popular kids. Now I actually vaguely remember why I wrote this character like this. Sally is the stereotype of the ugly friend of the popular kids, but she doesn't actually like being friends with them. She does it solely for the social aspect of it. Her parents are friends with Mary and Corey's parents, and they're all a part of the same social circle, aka they're all rich. Sally is basically Mary's goon. Sally is there to do whatever Mary wants, and in return, Mary isn't as mean to Sally as she is to most other people. Sally is to Mary what Sabrina is to Chloe from Miraculous Ladybug. Kinda. That's like the general vibe. Sally would prefer to be friends with the non-popular kids, but can't because of marrying her own parents. Can't associate with the poor. That's bad. The only other two characters are Crystal Daylight, one of Jesse's friends, which, Sally, I'm sorry I called you ugly. This bitch is ugly. 5-head looking ass. She's so basic and weird looking. I did Crystal dirty. And Corey Dragonheart. Crystal, I'm sorry I called you ugly. This motherfucker is ugly. Does everyone see what I meant earlier by his eyes? This man's eyes look fucking freaky. Why did I do that? Also, you're probably wondering why Corey looks like he should be a part of the non-popular kids, but he's a popular kid. For some reason, I couldn't visualize what a stereotypical popular boy looked like, so I just went for what my definition of a popular boy was, which was an edgy goth kid. You've also probably noticed, but also probably not, that he looks like he's based off Duncan from Total Drama Island. And that's because he is. Duncan was my favorite character, so I made Corey a bad Duncan clone. Now, based on all these characters and their information, what do you think this story was originally about? Pause and write your guesses in the comments. You are most likely incorrect. This story was about Jessie and her 3 friends solving crimes, like murders and shit. Jessie, being half vampire, helps catch the criminals using her enhanced strength, smell, and speed, and of course her intelligence. I was super into Nancy Drew and Buffy the Vampire Slayer when I was younger, which is where the detective and mystery and vampire shit comes from. I took Nancy Drew and Buffy and mushed them together and created Jessie and her story. I also really like shows like The X-Files and Bones, so those were also used as inspiration to make Jessie. And yes, I was allowed to watch those when I was younger. I was allowed to watch a lot of shit I probably shouldn't have when I was a kid, like House of Wax, House of 1,000 Corpses, The Grudge. It's why I'm so insanely desensitized to gore and horror in general. I was watching some fucked shit as a kid, and that's not even mentioning the unsupervised internet access I had. But that was the original plot. It was supposed to be a light supernatural mystery story with high schoolers as the main characters. The plot for this story has only changed once, and it changed like 2 or so years after I originally created it. It was still a mystery-based story. Jessie was no longer half vampire, but I did make her an orphan. Went from half vampire to orphan girl. The story changed to Jessie wanting to become a biologist like her parents. Her parents were constantly leaving on work trips, and them and their team discovered a new species of python. And while they were studying it, it escapes its enclosure and it kills the entire team, including Jessie's parents. Jessie is then sent to an orphanage and adopted into a rich as fuck family where she meets her 2 best friends in this story, Adeline and Justin. That's right, I scrapped every other character but Jessie. But the big twist was, the death of Jessie's parents was orchestrated by her now foster parents. And she discovers this via a hidden room in the mansion she now lives in that had detailed plans and pictures of Jessie as a child. By the way, she was like 6 when her parents died, and now she's 16, so she finds this shit 10 years later. And now, she, for some reason, doesn't call the police, but instead pretends like she doesn't know and tries to discover why her foster parents killed her parents and took her in with the help of Adeline and Justin, all while trying to make sure her foster parents don't find out she knows their secret so they don't kill her as well. And if I am remembering this correctly, they killed Jessie's parents because they were also a part of their weird little research team, right? And they wanted a child, so they just decided to kill all of their co-workers and adopt one of their co-workers' children. So, not much better than the original. Honestly, I would say this is worse, because this straight up doesn't make sense. Do high schoolers solving crimes make a whole lot of sense? No, not really, but with the added fact that Jessie is a vampire, you could do something with that. It's giving Grimm vibes, if you know what that TV show is. If not, you should watch it. It's a pretty good show. This is a story I've only really worked on like twice. I've only ever really touched on the character designs. And by character designs, I mean Jessie. I redesigned Jessie once in 2016, I think, and updated her name, so she is no longer Jessie Nightwatcher, she's now Jessie Nightingale. Still kept the edgy-ass name, it's just no longer a Wizard 101 generated name. And then I updated that in 2018. I did also update the other characters' names as I was writing this script because I hadn't done that yet. Then this was a good excuse to do so. So, Mary Celloheart is now Marianne Kingsmore, Sally Goodday is now Sally Fumetta, Corey Dragonheart is now Corey Delafontaine, and Crystal Daylight is now Crystal Starlight. I did decide to make her family weird hippie people, and her first name is still spelled wrong, cause it amuses me greatly, and her last name changed just enough to fit the hippie vibes I'm going for. Mary Crystalheart has not made a reappearance. I might bring her back. I might not. I have yet to decide. I haven't actually updated the plot a whole lot, and the title obviously hasn't been touched. I still call this fucking story Danger. Don't know why I called it Danger, I just did, and it's stuck. So I have decided that instead of trying to rewrite the entire fucking story from scratch, I'm going to be taking both plot ideas I had and smooshing them together to make one beautiful disaster, and just smoothing it out. A lot. I don't really see a point in creating a whole new plot for these ridiculous ass characters when I've got the bones for a perfectly decent story right there. There's a lot you could do with the concept, so why not just roll with it? If I do somehow manage to write this story and not just word vomit ideas for it, I would definitely rate the story either rated M or NC-17, something that indicates this would not be for younger audiences. This story is going to be a supernatural horror, so I will be writing descriptions or drawing depictions of gore, depending on what outlet I want to roll with. And unlike some people, it won't be mindless graphic descriptions of gore for shock value. It will have story-driven purposes. Urban spook. Fucking loser. Sorry, I hate that guy. He's a freak. So, to try and rewrite the plot a little bit, Jessie is an orphan whose parents were murdered while they were out on a work trip when she was 6. She was staying with a friend of hers, that friend being Crystal. Jessie is taken and put up for adoption, and Jessie ends up being adopted by the Walkers, one of the rich families in the city. So 13 years later, Jessie has her own group of friends in the private school she attends, Adeline and Justin. She also has made some enemies, Mary and Sally. Might make more characters for Mary's group, but I don't know. One day while out on town, Jessie runs into Crystal, who she hasn't seen since the day she found out her parents were dead. And I'm thinking that while they're catching up, they're both attacked by something. Maybe they go out to a park and it's late, so there's not a lot of people, and while they're being attacked by whatever it is, I haven't decided yet, it's revealed that Jessie isn't fully human, and she uses whatever supernatural abilities she has to kill or fend off whatever is attacking them. I have decided what I want Jessie to be, but I don't want to spoil that. Then from there, Crystal and Jessie start going out more to try and figure out what the fuck Jessie is, and where she came from, yada yada yada. And because they are now delving into the world of the supernatural, they get caught up in a lot of bullshit and murder investigations. Eventually, I want Adeline and Justin to get involved, and then Corey, because I'm definitely, obviously, bringing him back. He's my edgy guy. I gotta bring him back. Mary and Sally will also probably get involved a lot more as well, because I kind of want this group of misfit teenagers to become best friends. But I haven't fully decided yet. It's, again, a pretty generic idea for a story, but it has the potential to be lots of fun. Ridiculous, but fun. I definitely want to take inspiration from Supernatural, Grimm, and The Secret Saturdays for this story. Those are the vibes I kind of want to go for. I also really need to rename this story. Right now, I'm kind of thinking about going with Nightingale, just using the main character's name as the title because I can't really think of anything better. I was also thinking about calling this story The Dangerous Adventures of Jessie Nightingale, just to keep the original title or have a little nod to it, but I don't know. Maybe as I work on this, I'll think of something better, but right now, those are my two options. I am currently working on redesigning the characters, and I have finished redesigning Jessie. As you can see, she's changed quite a lot from my 2 redesigns in 2016 and 2018, and I went with something closer to her original idea. I gave her long straight black hair like her original design, really light blue eyes, a star-shaped birthmark on her forehead, which is relevant to what supernatural creature she is, but that's gonna be my secret for now. A long-sleeved dark gray turtleneck with the shoulders cut out. I actually have a shirt similar to this one, but mine is red and it's not a turtleneck. She is also wearing denim skinny jeans and a pair of boots. And that little chibi with the pink vest is her school uniform. I wanted to show it off. I should have used the little chibi to show a different outfit that she normally wears, but oh well, it's too late now. I didn't want to do anything super insane with her design. I wanted to kind of keep the darker aesthetic, but have her look more well put together, since she was raised in a wealthy family and went to a private school, so she dresses a lot more business casual rather than just casual. I might make a chart with some more outfits for her to wear. I might also add a few extra accessories to her design, like some piercings and necklaces or bracelets maybe. Once again, Jessie is the only character I have redesigned. As I was working on this script, there was a lot going on and I just sort of lost motivation to work, but I am forcing myself to get back to it because I need some sense of normalcy or I will go nuts. I'm going to be working on the other character designs, and once I finish them, I will be posting them on Unveil. I'm actually working on moving all my character designs and worlds over to that website, and I'm just going to be using DeviantArt and Instagram for normal artwork instead of character sheets and stuff. I might post all of the characters' original pictures on Instagram, because they're just so funny to look at, and if you want to take a crack at redesigning them or drawing them, you are free to do so. I like redesigning things, and I know a lot of you guys like to as well, so have at it. But I'm going to leave this video off here. I still don't have the energy to finish up all the character designs I need to do for this series. I have at least 8 more to do, and I can't bring myself to do that right now. I wanted to get this video out to kind of test the waters with me doing this, babbling on about dumb story ideas I've gotten over the years. If this does okay, I'll make a part 2 of this video, redesigning all the other characters and talking about them a bit, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of my goofy, supernatural mystery story thing in the comments. If you like my content and the dumb shit I do, like, comment, and subscribe, because those are the best ways to support me and my dumb stuff without directly donating to my Ko-fi. I might make a list of all my story ideas and stuff with a summary next to them and let you guys decide what I should make a video on next. But I don't know. I'm indecisive. I can't make a decision to save my life. But that's it for this video. Check out all my other social medias down in the description below. I'm going to go take a nap now. I'm tired.